While there is so much buzz about startups, I'm sure some of us would have been hearing this. 90% of startups fail. May I know why? Keep thinking. Let's explore why 90% of the startups have failed. Most importantly, it is the unclear differentiation. They were not able to create value for the customers. The second reason is probably weak unit economics. For every product that you sell, you're actually making a loss. You must be wondering why team issues is among one of the problem for startups to fail. Yes, if you don't have a team which is contributing for your startup idea and there is no collaboration among the team members, a startup is all set to fail. A lot of startups fail because they ran out of cash, lack of financial management. Of course, the most important reason why 90% of the startup fail is no market demand. The product and the service that you've actually built should reduce the customer pain. But if there is no market demand, and just because you're passionate about building a product or a service, you're building it, you are already set to fail. So let's, in this lesson, assemble real world problems and learn the art of validating that problem through our customers. What do you understand by solution looking for a problem? Let's explore. It means there is a necessary to put the customer needs at the center. How do we shift the focus? While you're going to build on your startup idea, you have to shift your focus from probably building a great app or a powerful drone, which is a solution, to engage with the customer better, because then only you will be able to address the real customer need. So there is a necessity to create solutions that are not just innovative but impactful, ensuring long-term success and relevance in the market. But where do startup ideas come from? Don't chase the shiny idea. It's important to dig deeper, ask why, and stay curious. The more you connect with the problem, the closer you get to creating something truly impactful. So, ideas come from observation and asking why not as a question. True innovation begins when you fall in love with the problem, not the solution. Solutions can change, evolve, and adapt, but the problem is your anchor. When you deeply understand the challenge, you uncover insights that lead to meaningful breakthroughs. So, fall in love with the problem, not the solution. Let's do this. Which problem does Uber solve? Well, we all have waited for cabs and taxis, right? So Uber helped us easily to travel from point A to point B through its app, right? That is a solution. The problem Uber solved was it's inconvenient to find a cab whenever, wherever I am. Bang on. Now let's try it with another example. Which problem does Spotify solve? All the music lovers would have answers found right away, right? We were struggling with high quality music or probably legal music of our own choices. And Spotify was bang on there. They gave us a vast list on demand music streaming platform. Are they examples of startups that did not get the problem right and build solutions that people didn't care about? Oh, do you remember? A little while ago, we were talking about 90% of the startups fail because they did not understand the market need. Yes, there are companies which failed to understand the problem right. Let's have a look at them. Do you remember this app, Hike, which was a homegrown messaging app like WhatsApp? This was purely made for Indian market. with lots of localized stickers, news, cricket updates, and wallet services. But do you know the reason why Hike failed in 2021? The company got shut down. The problem that Hike was trying to solve was not perceived as a pressing issue by enough users. They failed to understand their customers. Have you ever wondered how some of the most powerful ideas come to life? It's not a magic, it's a process, one that starts with curiosity. Let's deep dive into the process of finding powerful ideas. Start by being curious. Take a moment and look around you. The world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. Ask questions. Observe how things work. Notice the small details, patterns, behaviors, and even problems that others might overlook. Then, identify problems. Start with you. Think back to your own personal experiences, things that made you uncomfortable or frustrated. Notice the trends happening around you and pay attention to the problem people are facing every day. What's causing pain or probably slowing the progress? Then, validate the problem. You found the problem, but is it a real one? Who else is facing it? Is it urgent? Is it important to be solved? Talk to others. Share your thoughts and get some feedback. Validate the problems that impact you and impact others and make sure it's something worth solving. Then generate ideas. Now it's time to get creative. Think about solutions that align with your passion. Ideas that not only solve the problem but also delight the users. Challenge yourself to think outside the box and find solutions that are meaningful, impactful, and innovative. So, the process moves on. Once you are clear with idea, then you can validate your solution, probably build your business model, and so forth, so on. Are you clear now about the process of finding powerful ideas? Now let's try it out. We are going to observe the pictures that's there in front of you. Take 10 seconds to have a look at it. All of these pictures are related to Indian schools. Well, I'm sure you have observed enough, or probably some of you would have even experienced such scenarios. So, in many Indian schools, students face significant challenges, probably lack of basic infrastructure, which is within the classroom, and probably other learning aids. We all know that there is shortage of qualified teachers, and probably in some schools, they are still using outdated teaching methods. Too often, we have even heard some news around corporal punishment replacing encouragement, and some news that you would have come across related to cheating in exams, which is norm. Overshadowing real learning, right? Many schools lack access to computers, leaving students unprepared for the digital age. Coupled with overcrowded classrooms and limited resources, these issues, of course, hinder the potential of millions of young minds. Did you observe all that I spoke now? Are you confident enough about the problem identification process with the example that we just saw? What happens in Indian schools? Are you convinced gathering insights is very, very important, because you should learn to utilize your findings from the growth and the challenge assessments to pinpoint significant industry gaps and pain points. You will have to also learn to determine who is most affected by these issues and in what ways they are impacted. And then list down, the way we listed down, what happened in Indian schools. I'll give you a quick tip. While you select a problem, you must ensure that is the problem ongoing and significant? Is it critical enough that solving it would provide significant benefits? Does it affect a considerable number of people or businesses? And is it a problem that remains largely unaddressed? So, with the previous example, we were quite clear. The problem in Indian schools is largely unaddressed. Now, what we're going to do here is learning more about crafting your problem statement. Each one of you have identified a problem that you want to solve using industry case study tool 1, right? So now quickly do this activity to execute how to state a problem really appealing. So I'm going to pick up an example here about a fintech startup. So we are going to help this fintech startup to well state a problem. So let's try this. We will offer stock market training to college students. Is it a problem well stated for a fintech startup? No. It appears to be a solution, right? Because it talks about we will offer what we would offer. So it's a solution. Let's try one more. College students need to start saving and investing. I'm sure a lot of times at home or from teachers we keep hearing this. Is it a problem well stated for a fintech startup? Think through. It's again a no. It sounds like an advice. Let's try one more. New age investment apps are bringing younger investors into the market. Is this a problem well stated? It talks about new age investment apps. So there are enough facts. It actually sounds like a fact. Great. Let's try one more. Is the problem well stated? Despite their high interest, many college students lack the knowledge and discipline to invest well in stock markets. Kindly observe this. It talks about despite their high interest, it talks about college students lack the knowledge and discipline to invest well. Hey, you're right. You found it. It is more closer to a problem well stated. So while you're crafting your problem statement, create a clear and concise statement. How to do that? Always remember these 3 questions that a problem should address. Who is affected? It's very clear in the statement that we just picked it up. College students. Why is this issue significant? And how does it impact them? So remember, who is affected? Why is the issue significant? And how does it impact them is something which each one of you should definitely keep in mind while you're going to proceed in doing venture activity 1.1 and 1.2 as part of the platform. You know where to find a broader perspective about industry and domain, where your problem exists. Use industry case study tool 1 there. And then real life problem needs to be very, very clearly identified and stated. Let's deep dive to learn more. Moving forward, I'm going to help you to identify a problem that you want to solve. Let's take a look.